Good morning, folks. Just a few short hours after my last post, and we are back up, headed out the door to go teach our morning class. Well, folks, we have made it to the workplace. Let's head on in here and pull out as much energy as we possibly can, pull out a smile on our face, and get these folks into the shape of our lives, or their lives, because we're in pretty good shape. Morning class complete, and I really don't want to go knock out this run. It is really cold outside, and I'm really tired, but what are we going to do? We're going to go knock out this run, because that's what we do. How can I tell everyone else in here to have energy and to be motivated and to lose weight and do all the things that I tell them to do, and then I'm going to go, oh, it's cold outside, I only had 3 hours of sleep, I just won't go run. No, we're going to go knock out our run, and then once we've completed everything we have to do for the day, the morning, we're going to go crawl back into bed. Then, once we've earned our nap, we can nap. But only after we have earned it. So let's go earn it. Run complete, folks, and I did not dress appropriately for the weather at all. I can't feel my hands anymore. My face is numb. But, you know what we did? We got better today than we were yesterday. We didn't make excuses. Oh, I'm tired. Oh, it's cold outside. No, we just went out and we got it done. Now that I got my blood going a little bit and I knocked out that run, I don't really want to go take a nap, like, at all. But I know with the way I was feeling this morning, if I don't, I'm going to regret it later at practice. So, what are we going to go do? We're going to go crawl our butts back into bed. You know, all week our topic has been on faith and how we can strengthen and develop our faith. Dang, I'm freaking steaming, folks. But like I was saying before I got sidetracked by my body literally smoking, this whole week we've been speaking on faith, right? And how we can strengthen our faith. What is faith? All these things, right? What's the importance of faith? And as soon as I start my run, you know, the thing that I always point towards when I need a definitive answer that Jesus Christ is real and he is our Savior, I always look towards the Shroud of Turin. And I went to go start my run today, and I clicked on the first video that was popped up. I was just, it was tiring. I was tired today. Traditionally, I don't run with music. I don't run with videos, but today I wanted to have something that I could run with. And Russell Brand had just recently made a video on the Shroud of Turin. And supposedly new information has just come out that it indeed was not made during medieval times. It was made during Jesus Christ's time. Well, do I know whether or not the Shroud of Turin was the cloth that our Savior was wrapped in? No, I don't know. I don't know at all. But to get that reassurance on the week that I was doubting my faith so much, and it's the thing that I always look back towards, and I've done so much studying on, and I'm like, you know, they still can't recreate this today. They haven't. They weren't able to do it during medieval times, because if they couldn't do it now, they probably weren't going to be able to do it then. It has to be divine. But, of course, me being human and being skeptical, I always go, I don't know, it may not be divine. I don't know, it could have been made in medieval times. I don't know, and, you know, I guess I shouldn't continue to say I don't know. Maybe I should just say I have faith that it was the cloth that our Savior was wrapped in. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Like, all this time we've been struggling. The whole entire week, what is faith? Do we have faith? And then we get our reassurance yet again, that faith is indeed real. And you gotta have it, because in this wicked, nasty world, at least there's one thing we can always turn to. It's faith. Like, why wake up if we have no faith? Why be kind if there is no faith? Why be a better person, be the best version of you can be? There is no faith. So, I guess with that being said, folks, let's get home and crawl our butts back into bed. Just got home. Let's go take a nice little rejuvenating nap so that we can wake up and finish Dead Space. Folks, that was like the most refreshing nap like ever in my life. That was the most refreshing nap. Now let's grub down and get to some Dead Space. Well, folks, now that we have grubbed down and cleaned up, let's head to Dead Space and see if we ever make it back to Earth, or was this all for absolutely nothing? Well, folks, we finally finished Dead Space after screaming and yelling, and I was like, well, this is the last try we have because we got to go to our client's place. We're going to end up having to make the hive a whole entire, like, live in and of itself. That very time, we did a, I would almost say, perfect run-through of the hive. So with that being said, folks, I guess stick around until we play Dead Space 2, because, I mean, we might as well. And be there for BO6, because it comes out next week, and you know we're going to be one of the first ones to play it. You know we are. But with that being said, folks, we have got to dip set onto our client's place. Let's go get some grub, and then head on to our client's place, and then head on to practice. Get better today than we were yesterday. Well, folks, we just made it to our client's place. Let's run in here and get her better today than she was yesterday. Amazing training session with our client. I guess anytime we're able to start getting someone closer to their goals is an amazing training session. But this one just happened to be a great training session because we started talking about progress. And I was like, well, how do you feel about your progress? Because I think you're making phenomenal progress. And they're like, I feel pretty good. And I was like, well, that's good. I was like, you always have to remember, it's about little wins. And she was like, you're right, it is little wins. She's like, it's also not just little wins in fitness. She's like, you can take that anywhere in life. I was like, oh, you can. She's like, back to our topic yesterday about running a marathon and not a sprint. She was like, I've got to think of like a marathon, and if I can find little wins, then I can find success in everything, every day. Like if I can find a little win, like, hey, I was able to do 10 crunches last week and I'm able to do 11 this week, like that's a little win. And if you can find a little win like that every day, then you're succeeding every day. You know what I mean? Success can be found all the time. All the time. But with that being said, folks, let's get on to practice. Let's indeed get better today than yesterday and make a little bit of progress. You know, just like 1% would be okay for me, because that's a success, folks. Little wins. Little wins. Folks, we just made it to practice. We are going to go get better today than we were yesterday. And I got to tell y'all right now, if y'all have not listened to Jelly Roll's new album, you don't even know who Jelly Roll is. Go listen to his new album. Bro's God sent. If you don't have a reason to move forward today, continue to have faith, I'm just telling you, go listen to that album. You will be re-inspired if you needed to be re-inspired. And if you didn't need to be re-inspired and you just need to be inspired, well, go listen to it, folks. Let's go get better today than we were yesterday.
Get my mind right. Yeah. Thanks, girl. Find me insane. Find me here.
No, that's not you. No, you don't have to.
I'm gonna say up top, I'm stained. I'm stained.
Folks, I am beat, but we got better today than we were yesterday. Let's head over to this jiu-jitsu side and see if they're still over here. They were indeed around, so I was able to shower up, and JB's home tonight, so you know what? We're gonna go get a little grubskis because I'm starving and I kinda am feeling a date night. Folks, our little date night dinner hit these spots, but they took a little too long with our food. And we're not gonna be getting home until after 12 o'clock tonight. And we got a whole day's worth of coaching tomorrow because our kids' tourney is finally coming up. 2 of our students are taking the next step into their jiu-jitsu journey and going to test out their skills. It really takes a real confidence, a real level of confidence, and a real level of, what's the word I'm looking for? Courage to be willing to go and test yourself and put the skills that you work on day in and day out to the test against other kids who are working day in and day out, and just see whose skills are better. So I'm really proud of these 2 kids. They work their butts off every freaking day, and 15, 20, 30 minutes early every day to learn a little bit more, to get extra drilling in. So best of luck to them tomorrow. I guess we're going to be skipping practice and heading out to go and coach, because while I want to get better, I mean, I think we can take a day off to make sure that our kids see success. That's where like the coach and the athlete in me kind of collide, because as a coach you have to kind of be selfless, and as an athlete you are 100,000% selfish. Like 90% of the stuff that I do is for my own benefit. But when it comes down to having to coach, well, I'm not gonna let those kids be let down just because I want to succeed and to be better. Like one day is not gonna hurt me. You know what I mean? And sometimes I forget that as a human, sometimes as a son, as a boyfriend, I sometimes let my big dreams get ahead of everything else around me. Yes, you have to sacrifice things. That's of course something that everyone knows. You got to sacrifice things, but we do train day in and day out so that if I ever get sick, if our car breaks down, if there's ever a reason that we can't get to practice, it's not a big deal. It's not the end of the world. You know what I mean? So tomorrow, our goal is to get those kids flipping gold, and we are not going to be selfless tomorrow. Selfish. We're going to be selfless. The other way around. You know what I mean? We're not going to be selfish tomorrow. 12:30, folks, and we just made it home. Let's run inside because it's freaking freezing. Well, folks, as we round off this day, I want to laugh because, you know, just a few short years ago, we would have been getting home at the same hour, if not later, for completely different reasons due to our own self-indulgences, I guess you could put it that way. And over the past few years, I just look back and see how much we've grown. It's pretty phenomenal. I definitely couldn't have done it on my own. Definitely has been a lot of people who have paved the way. Definitely been a whole lot of prayer paving the way. A whole lot of self-thought and self-reflection to pave the way. But I will say, now we're getting home super late because we're chasing a goal, not because we're shit-faced. So I definitely think that's a win. That's a win. Trying to be the best version of yourself you can be. That is a freaking win. Not to mention, I genuinely am happier this way. Getting home late, grinding all day. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. It's really satisfying once you get home and you finally sit down and you go, think about all I did today. How many things did I not want to do that I did? That is better than any high that I've ever gotten. Genuinely. And I've tried a lot of them, folks. I have. And I will tell you right now, folks, the high you get for trying to be the best version of yourself you can be is one you'll get from just about nowhere else. Except for the one true king. If you know what I mean, folks. Jesus Christ. But I don't think we would be trying to be the best version of ourselves if it weren't for him. Well, I'm not saying that, like, as soon as I accepted him, I started being the best version of myself I could be. But I started trying. Didn't immediately happen. I still am not the best version I could be. But I do remember that kid who was singing in the praise band and was not living the life of the praise band. But he was sure trying. He was sure trying. He just didn't know what that life was yet. He didn't understand having to reflect on himself because he thought that maybe it was just the world that was doing him wrong. So, with that being said, folks, the best version of yourself, trying to be it, it's going to make you happier than anything else in the world. Anything. Like, anything. Like, I genuinely can't, I keep it as simple as that. There's nothing else better in the world than trying to be the best version of yourself. Genuinely. Genuinely. So, folks, with that being said, get out there, do your cardio, lift some weights, eat a little bit healthier, because that relaxation will feel so much better, and that mental state will feel so much better. Just everything will be so much better, because you're trying to be the best version of you can be. But good night, folks, and BillyGoat freaking loves you.